today I have a tutorial for you on how to make this zigzag card. It is actually much easier than it looks to make this. I have this card here that is already made, and I'm going to show you how you can adapt this to different sizes. So this card is 7 inches. I'm going to make one that is 8.5. It's very simple and easy to do. All you have to do is adjust a couple of different measurements. This card, the way I have it designed, the panels are designed to put your journaling cards on the panel on the center, so they are ideal sized for that. You could change the measurements of the panels if you really wanted to, but I've designed it so I could use these cards and then also just to use scrap, so it's a really nice scrap buster project. So go ahead and check out the information in the cutting guide. That will be linked in the description box below. Now for the card that I'm going to be assembling today, I'm going to be doing the 8.5 inch card. All of my pieces are starting out 11 inches for the base and 7 inches for the smaller piece. I'll come back to that in just a minute. So on my pieces, I'm always scoring at 3 1/4 and 6.5 on every single piece. Doesn't matter what size the card is, 3 1/4 and 6.5. So this one here is going to be my base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold on that 6.5 inch score line. Then I'm going to fold backward on that 3 1/4 inch score line. And I can see here that my piece is not actually cut straight, so I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. And then I can trim this slightly if needed so that my piece is straight. My next piece is always going to be 7 inches by whatever the height of the card is going to be. So this one is 7 inches. This one is 8.5 inches. On this one, we're going to fold under on that 1/2 inch tab, and then we're going to fold back on the second score line and burnish that fold. So now we have our base with our panel going to the left, and then we have our second piece with our little tab. It's going to get adhered here to this base here so that the panel goes to the right. So all I'm going to do is apply my adhesive here to my 1/2 inch tab. Now I'm going to use that score line to line up the score line with the edge of the card base, and then I'll burnish this down. So now I have my panels that flip out to the side, and they will overlap on top of each other. Next, we're going to be making the zigzag bands for the top and the bottom, and they can be any width that you want, or any height that you want, I guess I should say. So these ones are 1.5 inches. These ones are actually 2 inches, so they're always 11 inches, and then they are going to be whatever height you prefer. You are always going to score them at 3 1/4 and 6.5. Then on these, we are going to just bend on these to create those zigzag folds. Now for one of the pieces, we're going to take this smaller section, the 3 1/4 inch section, and we're going to be adhering it down to the base of the card, making sure that it is up against that score line, but the score line is still able to close, so you need to make sure that it's in the proper place. The easiest way to do that is to just go ahead and line up the bottom edge, press this into that score line, and then close that flap as you press that paper into it slightly, so you know that it's up against that score line, but not too far. And then we have this second piece. It is going to be adhered down here like this. So we're going to actually be closing the flap to close this piece. In case your piece is actually cut a little bit too large, you want to make sure that you can still trim this off. If you do it the opposite way, it might pucker. So what I like to do is just go ahead and place my ruler down where the top of this is, so I know where to place my adhesive on the panel. And then I'll go ahead and set this one down. And then I'll burnish it so that it has a good adherence onto this front panel. Now when I open, we've got that first fold. We're going to do the opposite with the other piece. So we're going to place it here on the top of the card base, and it's going to be attached here to the top of this panel. So I'm going to start out the same way I did with the other piece, applying my adhesive first to that 3 1/4 inch section of my strip. And then I'm going to turn this around to make it easier for me to see. I'm going to line up the bottom edge and then close this flap to make sure that it's in the correct position, and then burnish this down. Same thing with this one. I am going to fold everything, make sure everything fits. Place my ruler here, and then apply my adhesive to the front of the panel. And then place the band on top of it and burnish it down. So now we have our card. Make sure that it will fold in both directions. And then I'm going to just slightly trim. See here on the back side, this little piece here, it's sticking over. I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that little piece off so it's not hanging off the edge. And the same thing with this one here. Now there is the card base, so you can go ahead and start decorating. For my card, I'm going to be using Sunshine on My Mind. I have lots of scraps and I absolutely love this paper collection, and I haven't done anything with it since it was released, and I made a mini album out of it then. So I am going to use this collection. I've already pre-cut my pieces, so I'm going to show you where they go and give you some ideas on different things. I like to start with the journaling cards. Usually I will take 2 of them, but on this one I'm going to use one of the larger ones. I just cut it in half because we need 2 of them that are 3 inches by 4 inches. And normally I have the left panel on top, but because of the way this card is, the sentiment is on the right side, so I am going to have my card so that the right panel is on top. And what I'm going to do is center my card between the 2 bands here and here. So you will see the edge of this here and then the edge of this here. Now when I center this, it's actually a little bit too small for this section. If I had cut my card to 8 1/4, this would have fit perfectly, but that's okay. What I did was I cut 3/8 inch strips of my watermelon rind paper. I think it's really cute, and I will add a little bit of green to it by doing this too, and it brings in the watermelon touch. So what I'm going to do is place these pieces top and bottom. And to get this perfectly on here, I'm going to start with this piece here. I'm going to adhere this piece down first, lining up the bottom edge of the piece with the top edge of my little bottom band. Once I have that first one on, I'm actually going to open my card up, and I am going to place the second one up here with the top edge and the top or the bottom of the band and the top edge of my paper. And once this band is on, I'm going to go ahead and take my next piece, and I'm going to use that as a reference for lining up this piece on the front. And then I'm going to place this here in the center. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one, lining this one up here, and then placing the second half of my card on this panel. Once these pieces are done, I'm going to add some pieces here and here. And I've cut the same papers for these. So I have a larger piece that goes here and a smaller piece that goes here. And then the same thing on the other one, but the larger piece goes at the top and then the smaller piece goes down here at the bottom. There is going to be a small white border between all of my paper pieces. Once these panels are on, we're going to open up to the inside. I have two of my little watermelon seed papers I'm going to be placing on opposite bands, top and bottom. And then I've got my watermelon slices papers that are going to go on the other two. And then I have taken just a solid paper here for the center. That way you can write a sentiment there and still see it. I didn't want the paper to be too busy. And then I've got my panels here that I'm going to place here and here on my card. So this is my card with all of the papers on. And once I have my papers on, I can go ahead and add additional embellishments. Like for example, on my Adventure Awaits card, I took the postage stamp and popped it up here. You could also pop it up on the back side if you want to. You could place something on this one as well. And then on the front here, I did put two of my postage stamps there as well. So there are lots of opportunities. You could place something here. You could put images here. Really, you could add decorations wherever you wanted to. But if you want them to be more like pop-ups, you would put them on this flap and this flap here. You could also stamp a sentiment or use some of the rub-ons for this section here. For mine, I just added two little fussy cut pieces from the watermelon slice and pomegranate and flowers, so I just wanted to add a little tiny bit and leave it relatively plain. I'm gonna fold this side in first and then the right panel on top, and there is my card.